Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday Night Alive for you, the Global Peace Tribe. And it's March 27th, and we've got a really beautiful, very special show for you tonight. It's all women of Indigenous ancestry sharing their wisdom. Really remarkable. And each one of these ladies has such powerful medicine for us. And I want to just acknowledge Jan Kaplan, who put this show together. There she is. And her beautiful partner, Jay Mayer, our sponsor for the show. Thank you very much, Jay and Jan, for putting together such a powerful and important show tonight. Really appreciating that very much. And want to invite those of you watching on Facebook to join us. There are thousands of you watching us right now on Facebook. Many of you are on Unify, and we love Unify. Thank you, Unify, for helping us to reach so many people. But you know what? It's great if you come into our Zoom room and join us, because that way you can interact directly with all of our speakers and ask questions. And it's really, really fun. Also, and it's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com. Go to www.globalpeacetribe.com and register. It takes about a minute. And now you're in our Zoom room, which is great. Also, we get your email address. So we're the only ones that use it. We don't give it out. But what we do is we will send you on Monday a replay of tonight's show and access to all 50 previous shows we've done. We've been doing this show since the pandemic began, every week. And every week has been an amazing show. There's a lot of really good ones. You can go back and pick which topics. This is our fourth Indigenous show. So you might really love this show and go back and see some of the previous Indigenous shows, or whatever your particular interests might be. So go to globalpeacetribe.com and join us. And we'll hopefully see you in the Zoom room. And last thing is, share this with your friends. Tonight's show is really important. You're going to hear a lot of very important messages. And we're going to have some great music as well. And so share it out. Pop it on your Facebook page. Pop it on any groups or pages that you're ministers for, okay? Okay? All right, thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to my producing partner and my co-host, Debra Gusti.
Thank you, Scott, and welcome everyone to now what is our 51st show that we have produced every Saturday night since the lockdown in April 2020. And this is the last show of our winter season, which is season 4. And next week, we're going to introduce season 5, Time to Thrive. And we're going to have our first anniversary on that show as well. And thank you so much for all your donations when you register and to our GoFundMe, because we share this show with you for free. And it's your donations when you register that really help us produce a quality show for you every single Saturday night. And this, again, is going to be an amazing show. Our theme is Bridging Cultures and Prophecies Together, honoring Native American women. The show is an inspiring combination of Indigenous wisdom, but it's also honoring the end of Women's History Month. And we began the show at the beginning of the month with a theme of feminine leadership changing our world. And this show, for sure, is definitely going to continue to emphasize that truth happening in our world right now. Our presenters on this very special show include amazing humanitarians, award-winning Native American women who continue to live their lives in service to the communities, family, and the world. And we'll spend time with the Mohawk clan mother, healers, attorneys, magazine publishers, musicians, actresses, activists, and many more. Singer-songwriter Joanne Shenandoah was instrumental in creating this incredible lineup of women. And Jan Kaplan is the mastermind who curated producing this amazing show. Jan is one of our executive producers. She's a powerhouse woman in her own right. And with deep gratitude and love, I welcome Jan Kaplan now to the show. Welcome, Jan.
Thank you so much. And it's really a joy to be here. One of the joys of this pandemic is getting to get more involved in this show and also to make friends, and Joanne Shenandoah has turned out to be an amazing joy in my life, and I've gotten to meet all these really beautiful women through her. So thank you so much. And hey, Joanne. So am I introducing Joanne right now and telling everybody how wonderful Joanne
I
is?
think so. I think it's a good chance for you to introduce Joanne and then the other participants tonight.
Well, yeah, so you mean everybody who's going to be on the show. Yay. Joanne is one of America's and Native America's most celebrated musicians, and she's also a lecturer. She's a gifted songwriter and a Grammy winner, an Emmy nominee, and has over 40 awards. Also joining us tonight is Patricia Michaels. And Patricia Michaels is in the Taos Pueblo. I think she's there right now. And she is a renowned fashion and textile designer. And you might remember her from Project Runway. So she's going to join us tonight and share her amazing wisdom. And Susan Maston is here with us tonight. Susan is a Yurok tribal leader and a past Yurok tribal chairperson. She's also currently co-president of Women Empowering Women for Indigenous Women, which is We Win. And I love that. So thank you, Susan, for being here. We're also honored to have tonight Louise McDonald Hearn. Louise is affectionately known as Mama Bear to her people. She's a Mohawk Bear Clan mother in the Mohawk Nation. And she's very active in her community, as you can imagine, with helping with rituals. And she's a leader, a big leader in her community, and we welcome her here today. So it's wonderful to have you here. And we have a special visit tonight with Sachin Littlefeather. It's been amazing to get to know Sachin, and I just adore her. She's a Native elder. She's an activist. She is an amazing icon and a mentor to Indian youth, and advocates for Native women to walk with courage, and is working in mental health and wellness. So she's got amazing medicine for us tonight. And Janelle Romero is an actress, award-winning director, producer, and she's the founder and CEO of the Red Nation International Film Festival, which is held every November in LA. So we welcome you, Janelle. Thank you so much for being here. And music tonight. When I asked Joanne who we should, and there's Michelle. Gosh, sorry, Michelle Shenandoah. Hey, Michelle is an attorney and a leader in her community, in her Oneida Nation Wolf Clan. And but she's also the founder of Rematriation, which is a publication which helps Indigenous women connect back into their matriarchal lineage. So she's doing really important work in her community. So thank you, Michelle. And Michelle is Joanne's niece, but is a powerhouse all her own. Thank you. Yay. And also then we have Pura Fay. Pura Fay is a well-known musician, singer, songwriter. She's been involved in a Native woman's a cappella group, Bulali. You might have heard her. She's instrumental in being a bridge for Native music and helping it go into mainstream music industry. And we'll learn more about Pura Fay. Thank you, Pura Fay, for being here.
Thank you.
And Teresa Bear Fox, affectionately known as Bear, is a leader, a teacher, a mother, and a wisdom keeper. And she composes and sings in her native Mohawk language and is part of her traditional woman singing group, which I would love to try to say it correctly, but Konti Wenanahawi. Sorry if I got that wrong, but she's going to be with us and singing tonight. Thank you. So thanks, Scott.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Jan. And I want to honor Jay Mayer as well, who is the sponsor of this show, because he is the one that's been bringing forward the Indigenous shows every single season. So again, Jay, our executive producer, thank you so much for all that you do to bring forward these very powerful shows every season. And I want to let you know that our GoFundMe is going to go all tonight to these Indigenous women. So I'm going to put the link in the chat box, and please be generous. This money is going to help fund them for all their time involved in producing the show, but also their missions and everything that they're up to. So please be generous, and we'll be putting this link in the chat room throughout the show. And please donate to support these incredible Indigenous Native women. Thank you.
All right. All right. And Jan, do you want to introduce our first full presenter?
Sure. Thank you. And so Louise McDonald Hearn, she's actually quite beloved by a few of these ladies who are in New York. But as Bear Clan mother of the Mohawk Nation, it's a traditional chieftainship title. And so I'll tell you a little bit more about her after this, but she's going to open us up today with a beautiful prayer. And I think we should let her open our room here today, and then we'll come back and we'll speak with her after a little bit later.
Where? Sego. There's other who see us. Ne nu wasn't dade. The tuna halado ne gwego ne sua. The Thanksgiving address is formally known as the Honda Dekwa, which in Mohawk means the words before all else. These words come from the Haudenosaunee, or the Longhouse people, which includes the Mohawk, the Oneida, the Onondaga, the Cayuga, the Seneca, and the Tuscarora. These words date back to at least several thousand years to the formation of great law of peace by a man called a peacemaker. Today we have gathered and we see the cycle of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one, as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. We are all thankful to our mother, the earth, for she gives us all that we need in life. She supports us she supports our feet as we walk upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our mother, we give greetings and thanks. Onagasua, we give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls, rain, mist and stream, rivers and oceans. With one mind, we sing greetings and thanks to the spirit of the water. Gojosua, we turn our minds to the fish in the water. They were introduced to cleanse and purify the water. They also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful we can still find pure water. So we turn to the fish and send our greetings and thanks. The plants, now we turn toward the vast fields of plant life. As far as the eyes can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our minds gathered together, we give thanks and look forward to seeing plant life coming forward this spring. We give thanks. The food plants, with one mind, Gayantosla, we turn to honor and thank all the food we harvest from the garden. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetable, beans, and berries have helped the people survive. Many other living things draw strength from them too. We gather all the food together as one and give greetings of thanks. The medicines, Onukwasua. Now we turn to all the medicine herbs of the world. From the beginning, they are instructed to take away sickness. They are always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy they are still among us, those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing with one mind. We send greetings and thanks to Onukwasua, the medicine and keepers of the medicine. Godillo, the animals. We gather our minds together to send greetings and thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as a people. We are honored by them when they give up their lives, so we may use their bodies as food and as clothing for us. We see them near our homes and in the deep woods. We are glad they are still here, and we hope that it will always be so. Now our minds are one. Ogulet Sua, the trees. We now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. Now our minds are one. Ojitangua, we put our minds together and we give thanks to all the birds who move and fly above our heads. The Creator gave them beautiful sounds. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader. To all the birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greetings and thanks. Gayeli Nigawalage, the four winds. We are thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear the voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air that we breathe. They help us to bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and give thanks to the four winds. The thunders, our grandfather, the thunders. La Diwela, Siti Sutagua. Now we turn to the west where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We are thankful that they keep those evil things made by Okwizala under the ground. We bring our minds together as one to sing greetings and thanks to our grandfathers, the thunderers. Our brother, the sun, Chidiwachi Agyokehnekagalakwa. We also thank him. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all fires of life. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our brother, the sun. We give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon. She is the leader of all women. She lights the nighttime sky. She's the leader, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing face, we measure time, and it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. With one mind, we give greetings and thanks to our grandma, the moon. The stars, Yojistokolunya, we give thanks as they spread across the sky like jewelry. We see them in the night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bring dew to the gardens and growing things. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds together as one, we send greetings and thanks to the stars. To the enlightened teachers, the four beings, we gather our minds to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help through the ages when we forgive how to live in harmony. They remind us of the way we were instructed to live as a human race. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to these caring teachers, to our Ojijizo, to our sacred sky woman who fell from a celestial opening in the sky world, who came here with our consciousness as human beings, and that she brought with her the power of procreation and cultivation. So we remember our sacred sky woman in these greetings. And then now I turn our thoughts to Sugwayat Dizo, our creator, the great spirit, and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on our Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our most clever and caring words of greetings and thanks to the Creator. And now I take all our minds and wrap it together as one. Negi wahi odeswada hosios tanahone gi wahi jini wagadili watponya hana wagili wana dungo nu wasundade ayao ski skona gwegona yotage itoge ni to hakni gwani gula to.
Thank you very much. Just going to gallery view, actually, we can just see all the amazing souls that are coming together to present this. And thank you so much, Mama Bear, for bringing us into a sacred place. And I know that our audience watching is also dropping into that beautiful place where we can be receptive and to receive from each and every one of you. We, of course, traditionally start our shows with some music, and Joanne I'm not seeing her, and she's supposed to be our first song. There she is. Hi, Joanne.
Yeah, I'm actually being filmed as we speak for a documentary because I've just been chosen as one of Central New York's foremost remarkable women. And I'm like, okay, what I have to do now? What's next?
Well, I'll give you a minute. This is where you play a song to get us going, get the energy moving. But
Louise, how beautiful. Thank you. You're just one of my heroes, I have to say. Really, you are. You are just a beautiful spirit, beautiful soul. And
Yeah.
we are going to hear more from Louise, Mama Bear, in a little bit.
yeah,
But let me brag about you for a moment, Joanne. For those of us who don't know, or the people who don't know about you, I do want to just give you bio, and your documentary person can capture this perhaps. Joanne is one of Native America's most celebrated musicians and lecturers. She's a gifted singer, songwriter, and a Grammy Award winner with 3 nominations, an Emmy nominee, and has over 40 music awards, including 15 Native American Music Awards. And we're really looking at one of the, if not the, probably the premier Native Indigenous musical force in our country. But she's a lot more than a musician. She's a humanitarian. She works as a peace advocate, an earth and human rights speaker for justice, and Joanne has captured the hearts of audiences all over the world: North and South America, South Africa, Europe, Australia, Asia, and of course now the Global Peace Tribe. You're going to find that she carries beauty in her soul and voice, but also through her interactions with diverse communities around the world. So, Joanne, thank you for letting me take over for a moment to just share a little bit about you, and take it away.
I am delighted tonight to have all these beautiful ladies sharing their gifts. That's the most important thing. It's not about me. It's about the world. It's about the earth. Everything we have been given. It's like it's a blessing to have a natural gift that we can share. So this song, I just want to share with you. It's just really precious. It's called One World, right? Because we're all part of this world. We need to learn how to live in harmony and balance with each other. And more importantly, with the natural world, because she gives to us everything we need to survive. So I'm so blessed to have you all in my life. One world, one mind, one love. We will find on common ground. Peace will be found for all on earth. One world, one mind, one love. We will find on common ground. Peace will be found for all on earth. It's a small round song, but I don't want to take too much time. So, one world, one mind, one love. We will find on common ground. Peace will be found for all on earth. So you can sing along if you want to, like just echo after me. One world, one world, one One love, one love, we will find, we will find. Peace will be found.
Peace will be found.
On
On earth,
one world,
one world,
World,
one mind,
one mind,
one love.
one love.
We find
We will find
on common ground.
on common ground.
Be found
Peace
will be found.
for all on earth.
for all.
On earth.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joanne. And I want to, for a moment, just kind of let people know that Joanne does have, she's very affiliated with the Hiawatha Institute. And because a lot of people didn't get a chance to come into the early Zoom room, I'm going to spotlight it and tell us a little bit about the Hiawatha Institute, Joanne.
Yeah, so many of my elders and mentors, like my man killer, my mom, Chief Jake Thomas, Chief Jake Swamp. There were a lot of people who told me that we need to really seriously consider our future, and that there's a way to provide, a path so that people can understand how to learn to live in harmony and balance with each other in the natural world. And the way that we do that would be through sharing with them how we understand the future. So this is a very beautiful concept, because it's with a good mind. It's with an open mind. And when we are experiencing the difficulties in this world, with all the violence and people not knowing where they belong or what their purpose is on life, there comes a point where you say, okay, what am I doing? Does this make sense, right? So we developed a 501c institution, which took 12 years. And now we are a 501c, the Hiawatha Institute for Indigenous Knowledge. We will be sharing some of the most incredible lesson stories of how our people have survived over these generations, and how will we affect future generations. So this is like an amazing task, and it's so beautiful and so amazing. I mean, we've attained 36 acres of near Cohoes Falls in New York, which is the second largest waterfall in New York State. And it's like, it's where the peacemaker came to us and told us we can live in a different way. We don't have to have war. We can learn to live with each other, and we can understand one another with a good mind if we want to. So that's the beauty behind what we're doing, which is so amazing.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joanne. And of course, again, a reminder, everybody, that the money we're raising tonight on GoFundMe is going to be shared with all of these women. So the portion that goes to Joanne, of course, go to the Hiawatha Institute. And let's be generous. Let's support these amazing women, these amazing activists. And later in the show, I'll read the names of the people who have contributed. I always enjoy doing that. And of course, you can contribute anonymously if you prefer. But it's always fun, and every donation is appreciated. $5, $500, $5,000. It's all appreciated.
$100,000. I don't care.
Exactly. There you go.
It's money, right? But in the long run, we have to love and learn to enjoy one another. as human beings and where we are and how our children will continue to be inspired.
Thank you. Well, speaking of inspiration, we saw her provide the opening prayer, but to introduce Mama Bear a little bit more, here's a short video.
History is not what happened, it's who tells the story.
These women had to see something that told them that it was possible.
My grandma would say, we're not feminists. We're the law.
And so, Jan, I'm going to turn it over to you and tell us a little bit more about Mama Bear.
Well, Mama Bear comes from a long line of leaders. The chieftainship title, I guess, has been in your family, I would say, for 100 years. And Mama Bear is a ceremonialist in moon-based rituals, as well as a leader and conductor of the Moon Lodge Society. And so the film clip that you saw is a recent movie that was made that she stars in. And it's a PBS documentary called Without a Whisper. Dr. Sally Roche Wagner invited Louise to be in this movie. And it really is a movie you're going to see. It's going to change history as we know it. And I think that is some of the most incredible information that I've seen in a long time. And you're such a big, huge part of that, Louise. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about that and what it means to you to be, to have this platform for the movie and your people.
Well, Sally and I became friends probably about 20 years ago when I took her on a mountain and I was going to put her in a sweat lodge, and she's claustrophobic. So, you know, I was coaching her through this sweat lodge, and I was performing a moon ceremony at the time, but we've been friends ever since. And a good friend of mine who's also Bear Clan, Gudget Juni Fox, who is an Indigenous woman filmmaker, came up with the idea after she had heard Sally talk at a conference, and she said she didn't know that. And then when I first heard about it, that Sally was telling me after her 40 years of research, and she was really just researching white women, but then she realized that these white women didn't think of their liberty and justice on their own. They had to see something. And what they witnessed was my grandmothers, Joanne's grandmothers, Bear's grandmothers, already exercising absolute sovereignty and autonomy over their own bodies. They had the right to the children they bore, and they chose their leaders, and they also deposed him. So if you can imagine, you know, what our president's being chosen by women, and if he messed up, they would remove him, right? So it's kind of like that. And it's a really ancient way of governance, of governing society. And it's not man-made. It was given to us by a peacemaker. And it was to legislate the separation of power through our clan-based system, and to also to be able to deliberate and to ratify laws within our society. And women had a huge political voice within that. And so we always talk about the span of a hand. One leader cannot stand by himself. He has to be followed by, there's the chief, your clan mother, your nephew, a male faith keeper, and a female faith keeper. So one leader has 5 people at his side all the time to govern that one title. And the title I represent, where I stood up a chief, is Dehanat Galina, and we've been in our position for about 15 years now. My mother was a clan mother, my grandmother was a clan mother, so it's a matrilineage. It follows the mother's line, and it's a maternal order, not patriarchy. So it's the exact opposite of what everybody knows, how the world is governed. So this is a real ancient system, and through this movie, all of a sudden, it floated back to the top again, and it has visibility. So it's a hidden history. It's a hidden history. And, you know, I'm really proud and honored to be part of the film. And I really hope that it brings visibility and awaken truth to the history that's taught in the schools. Because a lot of people, when they watch this, first reaction is, I didn't know this. And the second reaction is, now that I know this, what do I do with it? You know, well, teach your children the truth. You know what I mean? And so it's really powerful. And, you know, this hemisphere of America, a lot of indigenous societies follow the mother. So this is a matrilineal based hemisphere, but then it got overtaken by colonization and the colonists, and we have what we have today. But the underlayer is that there still exists an indigenous reality that never went away.
Right. Well, what a beautiful tradition it is. And we'd like to see more of it in our culture. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Proud to be here.
Yay. Thanks. And Scott, back to you. And Scott, you're muted. So
it's such an embarrassment of riches, because each and every one of you have so much to offer. So as always, what we'd like to do is let our Global Peace Tribe members who are watching learn where they can go to get more information. I'm going to show two things for Louise Bear, Mama Bear. This is her Facebook page. So you just go to Facebook, and most of you are watching on Facebook. And then it's in the search bar, Louise.bear.39. I guess she put her age in there. So it's Louise.bear.39. And there's also another place that I'd love to take people to. And that is a really beautiful website. And it is, right, where did it go? Here we go. I've got so many pages open, so I do apologize. It's all about visionmakermedia.org, visionmediamaker.org. And I'm now going to share the screen. And there it is, Without a Whisper, the documentary that she was just talking about. And so that's where we can find out more. And there is so much history that we do need to learn about, the true history. Maybe we need to change the name to Her Story. Get out of his story and get back into her story. We would probably get a much more accurate story. I have to say, it's very tempting not to make a comment about how wonderful it would have been to have those grandmothers the moment any major leader, let alone president, got out of hand. Boy, how different our world would be. So do check out these websites, and Debra, as always, is putting them into the chat box. And these are the ways that we can find out more about these amazing women that we're meeting tonight. So thank you again, Mama Bear Louise, really grateful. And I'm turning it back over to you, Jan, to introduce Michelle.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott. Yeah, this is, we get to, we talk about elders and wisdom, with our elders. Well, I would call Michelle a wisdom younger. And Michelle is the niece of Joanne Shenandoah, but in her own right, She's an inspirational speaker, a writer, a thought leader, and she's also a traditional member of the same Oneida Nation Wolf Clan. And so she's very close with Mama Bear, actually. And she's the founder of rematriation.com. So it's a publication helping Indigenous women to connect to their matriarchal lineage. So it's a really beautiful thing that she's doing in her community. Her life experiences paved the way for her to found this. And so she's, active traditionally in her community. And she creates space for Indigenous voices to be honored fully with light and love. So she's really empowering all the women around her, which you'll see a lot of the women here tonight are doing. So we're really happy to have her here. Also, were you involved, Michelle, with the movie Without a Whisper? I'm not sure, but you weren't. Okay. And
I'm in it. But I wasn't involved with making it, no.
Well, you know, of course, the people who made the movie, though, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so Michelle's very, very active in consulting. She and her husband have a consulting firm, and they help people in their communities and through other tribal governments across Turtle Island, which is America, I guess another word for the US. And she studied facilitation and healing methods in a variety of traditions, and does a lot of work for nonprofits, including the American Indian College Fund and Children of the Earth. So, and also you're a current board member of the Everson Museum of Art. And I guess I could go on and on. You're also a board member of the NAMMYs, which are the sort of Native American Music Awards. And you helped establish the Native music category in the Grammys. So there's no moss growing under your feet. And so I'd like to welcome you to our Global Peace Tribe and share it with us tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful. Siguli Galuhianuas Neogets. I'm Michelle Shenandoah. My Oneida name is Galuhianuas, which means she's fond of the sky. So you can have the sky with me tonight, and thinking about our ancestors. And certainly, I have been empowered by all of the women in my life who, include my aunt and my mom and Mama Bear, but the long lineage of women that we descend from, which literally take us all the way to another place in the universe within the stars. And so as Haudenosaunee people, our creation begins with a woman. And it is the story of women throughout history for our people that have brought forward life, and that have brought forward movements, and that have brought forward ways of governing and existing and being. And I'm just really, really grateful and honored to be here tonight within this room full of sisters. I'm really thankful to be here, and also thankful to the Global Peace Tribe for hosting this event tonight. So thank you so much. And, speaking of, our celestial knowledge, there's certainly lots of prophecy around the world. And one of the things as Indigenous people that we, are very aware of is that we are living in time of prophecy. And this is the time and space that we're in. And we're very fortunate as humans to be able to continue to connect with each other in this way. And I think it's also really helped to bring forward a lot of knowledge that normally maybe wouldn't be shared among people around the world. So I'm, again, thankful for the space and for the wisdom that's being shared tonight. So for the words that Mama Bear shared earlier about bringing our minds together as one, this is how we live our lives. This is our daily way of practicing of how we live, and always giving thanks for that which gives us life. And with that is women. And women are our life givers and in our ways of life, and hold an elevated space within our matrilineal cultures, because life is so sacred and life is so precious. And that's exactly what we're to protect. And all of what we do is to give thanks, and to give thanks for this life that we're given, thanks for the waters that we drink, thankful for the music that the birds, bring to us every single day, and thankful to our ancestors. And so there's just so much gratitude that's there. And Indigenous peoples around the world have been sharing messages of wisdom about how to live in balance and in harmony with our Mother Earth. And we can see that human beings haven't been listening to that. We, have ignored that. And now it's time to listen to that Indigenous wisdom, to come back into those spaces of understanding what it is to have peace and live in balance with our earth. And, the lessons are really very simple: to not take more than we need, and to always give back, and to always make sure that there is something left for others, and to think about those future generations. And so, with that, my mentors, my sisters, my aunties, they're the ones who empower me. They're the ones who empower our communities, because they're the ones taking care of our families and taking care of our nations. They're raising the nations. And I'm really very fortunate to call Mama Bear a mentor. And I'm really thankful, for the work that I get to do with her, and that I've done also with my Aunt Joanne throughout the years. And with that, a few years ago, with my work with Mama Bear, she was talking a lot about the word rematriation and what does that mean? And so I said, okay, we're going to get this word in the dictionary. It's going to have a definition. And we spent time talking about it, and she gave me all her feelings about it. And we came up with a definition of returning the sacred to the mother. And that's a process that every human being can participate. But it also is a movement that's being led by Indigenous women. And it's the voices of Indigenous women now that need to be heard, because it's those women who have kept those stories and that relationship alive for thousands of years about what that relationship is with our Mother Earth. So now it's that time to return the sacred to the mother, our Mother Earth, to our women. And it's something that all people can participate in. It's something that men can participate in, because they have to be the protectors of life. They also help to usher in life into this world. But it really is time. It's time. And so I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and for coming to listen to all this beautiful wisdom that's here. You have Indigenous women from across Turtle Island who are here in this space, who have been sharing their wonderful wisdom from generations. So what you're hearing tonight are lessons from generations, from times that we can't even remember. But it's here, and I'm very thankful to be here. And so please, continue to seek out these stories of Indigenous women. I share them publicly on our platform, Rematriation magazine. You can find us. We also have a film festival coming up, the Haudenosaunee Filmmakers Festival. It's free. It's also sharing a lot of these stories and wisdom that's there. So I really encourage you to find it, because it's not in your history books. So with that, yep. Oh, here's our site. Thank you for pulling it up. And you can see here, I mean, this is just so special. It's, our young mothers and their daughters and the corn has fed our people since time immemorial. She's a sister with us as well. And so thank you so much for sharing that. Here we go. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of the evening.
I want to, the first website we just showed is Rematriation, Rematriation. I also want to go to your other beautiful website, which is indigenous-concepts.com. And tell us briefly about this, Michelle.
Yeah, so I also provide some consulting services to organizations and groups of people that are looking to integrate Indigenous perspective and values into their organizations and the work that we're doing. So I run that with my husband as well, Neil Paulus. And so, yeah, so I have those two spaces, and also Rematriation. The publication is also organized as a nonprofit, so we provide all of our information to the public for free.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. Really appreciate
Thank
having you
you.
with us. You're a beautiful speaker. Very, very beautiful. I want to give some thanks to the people that have already donated. And a reminder that all funds that are raised today are going to go to the people you're seeing and the organizations that they represent. So it's really, really important. So I'm going to put the GoFundMe again. It's really easy. Just go to GoFundMe and put in Global Peace Tribe. And I just want to thank Penelope, Janet, Lisa, Robin, Anonymous, Sheila, Linda, Kathleen, Nisa, more anonymous, and Anthony. Thank you all so much for your beautiful donations. We're so grateful. And I just want to encourage everybody to please continue to donate. I mean, as you can see, every one of these women is doing something really, really important. And maybe right now, while you're donating, I'm just going to play a really beautiful video that Jay and Jan put together. So while you're watching the video, go online, go to GoFundMe.com, go to Global Peace Tribe and donate, please. And here's a video to entertain you while doing that. Thank you so much, Jay and Jan, for putting that beautiful video together. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. And I'm going to turn it over to Jan to introduce our next performer.
Well, actually, so I had, wow, okay, where am I, Teresa Bear Fox? Hello, and I was expecting Joanne to come on, but Teresa Bear Fox is part of Joanne's family up in upstate New York there. She's a leader teacher and wisdom keeper. And she always loved music, so this is her gift. And when she was 29, she realized that she had a gift for songwriting. So she actually writes songs in her native language, Mohawk, and she also incorporates English into her songs too. So you can find her online. And but anyways, I'd love to have Teresa offer her first song with us tonight. And then later, Joanne will be joining Teresa Bear Fox and Pura Fay, and they're going to be talking a little bit about music. So welcome, Bear. Welcome to the Global Peace Tribe.
My Mohawk name is Gangyokokta. It means I'm at the back of a crowd of people, or at the end of a long line of people. And I was named after my grandmother. It's really good to be here. This is my first time
being with you all, and I'm really honored that I was invited to share songs with you. The first song I'd like to share is called Gayeli Niogwedige. I always like to start out with this song. It came to me on a vision quest I went on at Mohawk Valley at Tom Porter's. And I was real worried about my kids. I have 5 kids. I have a girl and 4 boys. And I was real worried that they wouldn't be watched over while I was on the mountain. And so while I was up there on the mountain, this beautiful melody came to me, and it helped ease my mind. It helped bring peace to me, bring peace to my mind. And so when I came down from the mountain, I made this song because I felt like it was a message from Gayeli Niogwedige, the messengers, that I was thanking them to watch over my family so that no harm came to them. So that's what I asked my friend. I don't know how to speak Mohawk, so I asked my friend to help me translate what I wanted to say into Mohawk. And then, so the words are thanking the Gayeli Niogwedige, the 4 messengers from all the directions to watch over our families so that they are safe. And I'd like to invite everyone to think of their families, close your eyes, and put a white light around them, and a white light of protection. So I hope you like this song. Gayeli Niogwedige Awantuka Asquayana Wase Sayatano Nane Aquajile Awantuka Asquayana Wase Yo-ho, yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ho, yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ha-yo-ho, yo-ha-yo, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Gayeli Niogwedige Awantuka Asquayana Wase Sayatano Nane Aquajile Awantuka Asquayana Wase Yo-ho, yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ho, yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ha-yo-ho, yo-ha-yo, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. Yo-ho, ana-yo-ho, we-ya-hey. I hope that you like that song and it helped ease my mind. I hope it eases your mind to help our families be safe. Yeah.
That was beautiful. And
thank you.
Luckily, she's going to come back and give us a little more music. But we can also go to bearfoxmusic.com, bearfoxmusic.com to learn more about her. So thank you so, so much.
Welcome.
All right. Jan, I'm turning back over to you.
Yeah, hi. Well, actually, Joanne was going to introduce our next guest. So if you could bring Joanne back up. I think Joanne wanted to introduce Patricia Michaels.
Okay.
I can start, then Joanne can share, but Patricia Michaels is from the Taos Pueblo, and she's actually a world-renowned fashion and textile designer. And for over 20 years, she's been producing one-of-a-kind haute couture that transcends cultures and defies fashion trends. And take it away, Joanne. I want you to share something about Patricia.
If I could only start about this woman. She's amazing and beautiful and so talented, and under pressure at Project Runway. I was so proud of you, Patricia. And, you know, the world looks through a different eye when we see people who are rooted in their culture and their symmetry. That's who you are. You're just an amazing, beautiful spirit. And I mean, there's all this stuff I could write off about you, but I could read on you. It's just like so much that I don't know if I'm capable, but you know, you're amazing. You're an incredible inspiration to us all. I mean, because I'm a seamstress as well, as you know. I was backstage with you, you know, trying to hem dresses and such. But I have to say that I just love you, and I think you're just one of the most amazing ladies I've ever met. Really. I mean, I'm really honored that you're on the show.
Tom, thank you.
Yeah. Really, I mean, you could probably go on and on. I mean, like for over how many years? I mean, my gosh, you really helped to enlighten, I think, the industry and also our Native people, just to show that our culture is really much more than just, you know, feathers and beads. It's about the in-depth knowledge of who we are as a people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, you're that, you're all that, and then above. So I'm so happy to have you here. It's so exciting. Really, I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled beyond belief to have you with us. So this is your time. So I want you to share with us.
Okay. All right. Ta to the Utah ai all papu ai at ai kama the tat ai nai na awama guy na and I wan and to not the guy sorry night bing mo I mapisi mele ho ma crowd mama sama po sorry I kinawa go hit na go wan bil imaya ik na sleeper mapitam mele ho go he be up the imaya ki mama crowd and ta to the you not gonna appel I just said I just want to thank all of you tonight. Thank you. My native name is Waterloo. My English name is Patricia Michaels. I'm WaterClan, and this afternoon when I was with my people, it was the first time I was back with them since COVID, and it's beautiful to be back home and see everybody being who we are, being strong. And I ask everyone to please be strong, not to give up, and to have the strength that we have always had. Our ancestors gave us so much, and don't give up. There's a lot of opportunity out there. And what I do and how I take part in my artistry, in my fashion design, in my textile design, I always think about the younger generation that wants a place to express themselves. I think about the mass jobs and capabilities that are in the fashion industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that has more jobs than any artistry that is out there in the world. And since our ancestors' designs have walked the runway the longest than any other designs have ever been on the runway, I want people to take the time and have the integrity to realize that we have talented natives that can be doing designs for the industry and companies. When I was on Project Runway, I was fortunate enough to have my own voice for the first time. And before I was on Project Runway, I was never given that opportunity to have a voice. People told me in the Native communities and out of the Native communities that I wasn't Native enough. When I na atatat aiwa inawak ai na nahuiwa itinawa wiame. But because I'm a Taos Pueblo native, I don't sell my religion. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to our people. And there's young people and there's older people who always wanted to do something contemporary. And I want to encourage all of you to not be afraid. And if you ever need advice, I get people calling me from all over the world, even if they're not native, asking me for advice. And it doesn't matter what age, it doesn't matter what gender. I'm always there and I'm available. And like I said today, you know, our people, we've survived yet another challenging time in the whole world. We struggle together. And, you know, this doesn't discriminate. Mother Earth, she's going to take care of herself because we've done enough damage to her. She's not waiting for us to take care of her. She's going to, you know, teach us a lesson that we all need to learn, and that's to be more mindful and careful. And the reason I chose fashion is because it is a very trend-driven industry, which usually buys to consume and just to only follow a trend. And I thought if I could challenge myself in the most shallow consumer-driven industry and have myself heard, then I would be successful as an artist. And it hasn't been easy, but I'll tell you what, I'm thankful. Thank you for all the youth that have stepped up and gone to educate themselves further. I went to college for 7 years, put myself through college, even while having a son, and I had 2 jobs while going to school, and you know, went to college in a little car, used car, and left with 2 nice sports cars. But you know, you can do it. And living at our beautiful Taos Pueblo, I do have a video that shows the pride of my village. My village celebrated the return of our sacred Blue Lake. This is the 50th year anniversary last year. And I'm so proud to come from such a beautiful village that is still very strong in our ceremonies and in our language. And our men were able to go to Washington, D.C. and negotiate. This was before social media. This was before any kind of help like that. They went there for over 70 years, I think it was, to ask and negotiate to get our sacred Blue Lake back and all the water so that we can still drink at our village water. For us, the water is the most important resource. You know, we're from the desert, and that desert mountain where our water we take care of. We take care of all the land, so we can still drink from our stream. We can still drink from all of our streams on native lands at my pueblo. And so I'm really fortunate to come from such a beautiful place that really takes care, and we're able to take care of this. And I encourage those who can see the earth and look at what nature has, let her be wild. Stop trying to contain her, because you know what? She's going to get us back, and she will. She'll teach us another lesson. So I just want to
have that video. Can we play it right now?
Yeah, let's play the video. And
okay, here we go.
Hello, my name is Patricia Michaels. I'm from Taos Pueblo, and my Tiwa name is Water Lily. So here we are on beautiful Taos Pueblo land on my property. My studio is nature. You know, an artist never stays in one place to express themselves. It's never just in one spot. So sometimes I come out here and paint, sometimes I come out here and take a little quick photo, and sometimes I just sit here and I listen to the sounds. The work that we did for the return of Blue Lake, and my piece is titled Recollections of My Journeys to Blue Lake. So the return of Blue Lake was done with our men dressed in ceremonial traditional clothes. They were able to go with all their pride and tradition and say, this is our land that is sacred, that we hold ceremonies for, and we want to preserve it. You know, from our pueblo all the way to Blue Lake is all important, and they wanted to preserve that so we could still drink that water, and that's what gives me the strength to be uniquely Water Lily. So it's really important that that the understanding of the return of Blue Lake is bigger than just one person. It's bigger than just one village. It goes on so that people should learn from it. Just when you look at my designs, take note, they're abstracted images of nature. Natives have always had their own iconography of nature, and that's why I'm just trying to bring new iconography into our modern day world of being native. So just to close, because I know that we all are limited on time, is the videos that I've been doing have been 100% Native American produced. I have a son who does all the editing and sound and music, and then I have nieces and nephews who create the music. I have a nephew, Cameron Martinez, who does the camera and he does a lot of the directing. And then my son is Gabriel Mozart of Beta, and then Potency has sang a lot, and my cousins and my sisters and my nieces, they sing these beautiful songs a lot for missing and murdered Indigenous women. I've been doing a lot of advocacy to bring awareness that this genocide needs to stop. But thank you, Joanne, everybody who has invited me. Thank you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful year, and hope to see you soon. Visit us and support Native products.
Patricia, I know you need to go soon, but I do want to briefly just pull up your website because a lot of people are asking. And again, it's patricia-michaels.com. And there's a lot of beautiful things on this website, including
it's actually my water. It's my native name, waterlilydesigns.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it pulled up as Patricia.
Oh, yeah, that just says there because that's a section. But if you Google Patricia Michaels, you'll find me.
Okay. All right. What if you tell me right now? What's the other website you want us to give to people?
It's waterlilydesign.com.
Waterlilydesign.com.
And Scott, thanks for being really funny. I think you're a great host.
Oh, well, thank you. And is that okay? Great. Thank you, Patricia. Well, I think you're pretty cool too.
Thank you.
So there it is. There's Water Lily Design.
All the prayers tonight too. All the music has been beautiful. Ta'antut the Mukbawal Amabi strong.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And thank you for being such an inspiration. And I really want to acknowledge that generous offer to support anybody, Indigenous or not, that wants support. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of generosity, wow. In the last half hour since I last spoke to you, we've received many, many more donations, including an anonymous donation of $750. So thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous. But I also want to thank other donors. I want to thank Judith, Judy, Bobby, there's that anonymous, Annette, Wendy, anonymous, Michael, Max, Daystar, Julie, anonymous, and Penelope. Thank you all so much, and let's continue to keep those generous donations coming in to support the amazing work that all these women are doing. And I'm really proud of our Global Peace Tribe coming in and generating such wonderful donations. Thank you, everybody. I also want to, I'm going to talk briefly and then turn it over to my partner, Debra, because we have been working quite a bit on our next season, season 5, Time to Thrive. And to kind of help you to realize just what we've put together in this show, you know, next week is our 1-year anniversary and the start of season 5, 13 more shows through April, May, and June. And we thought to kind of just motivate everybody to see a little bit of what we've accomplished. This is a short 2-minute trailer that kind of is what we used to love to introduce Saturday Night Alive to everybody. So we invite you to watch it. And then Debra's going to put the link to this in the website and in the chat box and in our Facebook page, because our idea is we want all of you to register again for next season, because it's a new Zoom link. So you all have to re-register anyway. When you register, please donate generously, but also share it, tell people about it. Anyway, so to get you excited, here's a really cool video.
What are your favorite ways to relax and be entertained? Festivals and concerts? Sporting events? Going out to restaurants, clubs, or to the movies? Sadly, due to the pandemic, most of these options are no longer available. There is a wonderful solution for entertainment and inspiration. It's Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe. Ready for community inspiration and magical moments online? Since April 2020, this dynamic show has touched the lives of people all around the world. Join prominent luminaries, musicians, magicians, and comedians. This is your chance to relax and enjoy uplifting entertainment and inspirational messages from the comfort of home. Together, we are creating a new paradigm. Saturday Night Alive showcases internationally acclaimed speakers, best-selling authors, and wisdom keepers. Let them illuminate your path with tips, tools, and insights. It also sheds light on many timely topics. Discover how to master your relationships. Dive into the secrets behind ancient history. Receive deep wisdom from indigenous elders, and much more. Dance along to live performances with high-vibe musicians and hear what these brilliant performers have to say. Experience major artists from the Conscious Festival circuit and beyond. You'll be dazzled by our conscious comedy, magnificent magic, and spoken word. The show is meeting our needs during these critical times. Saturday Night Alive delivers inspirational wisdom, community connection, and positive vibes. Join us every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, or catch the replays. Register for Zoom room access. Enjoy live chats and a pre-show experience with presenters and the Global Peace Tribe. Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe. Find out more and register now at globalpeacetribe.com.
Well, I got to say, I'm a proud papa, and here's the proud mama.
Thank you, Scott. It sure is amazing to see that and what we've all accomplished in making lemonade with this incredible situation in the world that we have now. It's been such a journey. And next week is our first anniversary. So we are going to celebrate it and have a lot of those people that you saw on the video on the show with their top clips. So it's going to be an incredible show next week celebrating our first anniversary. And we'll share more about that later. But we are doing it again. We are continuing because of you, because of the good vibes, and because we're inspired with a lot of passion. Our season is season 5, Time to Thrive, because we feel like we are going to be opening up into a new world. We can feel the spring. We can feel things open up. We are keeping a positive, high vibe and keep evolving forward. We're going to bring back some of our really popular shows like Empowerment of the Feminine, but also include the Sacred Masculine. We will have another Indigenous Wisdom show. We'll have another show, Making Contact with Our Galactic Family, Awakening with Global Coherence Pulse. We are going to celebrate Earth Day like you've never seen with the new ecology, and we are going to activate again with the solstice. And we've got some new shows of topics that we think are really important. We are going to have Manifesting a Natural Economy, Near-Death Experience, Tales from the Beyond. We're going to have a show on addiction recovery, best steps and tools, a show on brain fitness, optimizing our entire body and health. And we are also going to celebrate the 60s as the rise of the Aquarian age. And it's going to be 10-year anniversary for Harmony Festival since it ended. So we're going to bring back Harmony Festival and have some video clips and reminisce about that. So this happens from a lot of collaborations, incredible support from sponsors, and we're going to be bringing really important keynotes and musicians again. So you have to sign up for the new Zoom link for next season. So I'm going to post that in the chat room. Also, please share with your friends, because that is the best way to share. Word of mouth is the most golden way to spread the word, and we'd really appreciate your support. And if you donate, when you donate, we really love your green love for that. When you register, donate. And if you donate over $75, you'll come to our supporters party, which we have every season. We had it last week and it was amazing. We had John Gray as our keynote speaker. We had Swami Vyandananda. We had Johanna Oneheart with music, and we get to share and meet each other as the Global Peace Tribe. So it's really fun. So thank you for all your support. Thank you for being with us each week. And again, sign up and spread the word. We'll put the links in the chat box.
Great. Thank you, Debra. I'm going to show a couple of videos, and then Jan's going to introduce our next speaker. But we're going to go back in time. And for those of us that are my age or close to my age, you might remember an extraordinary moment at the Academy Awards when Marlon Brando won Best Oscar, but instead of accepting it, he sent a Native American woman to pick up the Oscar for him. And watching this video again, it brought back that memory. What it really showed was her incredible fortitude and how she stayed in her heart and stayed in her consciousness in such a beautiful way. Imagine being as young as she was, having 1 billion people watching on television, and the kind of response that she got from the audience, and she held it together and delivered a beautiful message. So let's take a look at this memory from the past. I just got tears. But there's another part to the story that just is in another short video. And then, of course, we're going to meet this amazing woman and learn more about all the extraordinary things that she's done since that time. But I want to just show this other video first.
I was escorted off of that stage by some armed guards. And luckily so, because John Wayne was waiting in the wings, ready to go on to pull me off the stage. And he had to be held back by 6 security men because he was so outraged about what I had said.
Hopefully we've come a long, long way. I got tears at the way you held it together, Sachin. It's really amazing. Anyway, I'm going to turn over to Jan to share more about what you've accomplished in your life so far. You muted, Jan.
Thank you. Sachin Littlefeather is a Native elder, activist, icon, writer, mentor to Indian youth. She's a public speaker on suicide, mental health, and wellness, an advocate for Native women to walk with courage. She's Apache and Yaqui, and as the first woman of color and the first Native American Indian to ever refuse an Academy Award for political purposes. We saw that there. So she also brought attention to Wounded Knee at that time. And as a result, she was blacklisted from the entertainment industry by J. Edgar Hoover. And Sachin then focused her life on addressing Native suicide and mental health and Native nutrition. She became an advocate for missing and murdered Native women and a founding board member of the San Francisco Indian AIDS Institute. She's active in Native American culture and dance events, as well as women with breast cancer. And it's my honor to welcome you here, Sachin. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Each and every woman here brings her own medicine to the table tonight, and I'm well aware of that. I feel very shy with all the songbirds that we have this evening, and I want you all to know that they pay me not to sing. This is not my forte. But also, in seeing the clip that you did, it comes from a documentary called Sachin. This short documentary is only about 25 minutes long, And it's going to be out about the time of the Academy Awards, which is appropriate, by One Bowl Productions. It was Oren Lyons, who's chief of the Onondaga Nation, who first approached me about telling my story. And he said, Sashin, we have to tell your story, the truth about what really happened. And he said, I was there at Wounded Knee. I'm one of the people who really knows what happened. And he said, when you got up on that stage and you refused that Oscar, he said, when you mentioned Wounded Knee, he said, we were boycotted by the press around the world. The FBI did not want anybody to know that we were here. And they wanted to take us off to a place like Guantanamo Bay, where we would never be heard from again. And they were planning, the government, the US government, to build a missile site on the Lakota Indian reservation. And so what you did, Sashin, he said, saved the people there from being murdered and killed even more than what already had happened. So he said, thank you on behalf of all of us who are at Wounded Knee. Now, many people don't know that story, so I'm telling you right now. J. Edgar Hoover was very disturbed, and all hell broke loose. And the FBI came at me, and they boycotted me. They planted lies in the media about me. They said that I rented my buckskin dress, that I wasn't Indian, that I was a Mexican, that I was there to promote my own career as an actress, and so on and so forth. And even though people talked all about me on all the major talk shows like Johnny Carson and Dick Cavett and so on and so forth, I was not allowed to be on any of those talk shows, because if I did, the FBI said they would shut down their production. I was not allowed to go out and be on any films and so forth, because they said if they hired me, that they would also shut down their production. So I'm telling you the true story. So I went on with my life, and it's been a good one. It's been a good life. I want my legacy here on earth to be known that I spoke the truth. As women, we are used, as Indian women, we are used to being silenced. And we are not silenced any longer. When I look at other women, I look at all of you as us binding together as one. We are different nationalities of women, but we need to support one another as one unit together, because we walk together in this life, each and every one of us, arm in arm, hand in hand. Today, I have metastatic breast cancer, stage 4, that's gone into my right lung. And I am so-called terminal. And each day that I live is gift. Each day that I breathe air is a gift. Each day that I walk this earth is a gift. So I am filled with lots of gratitude in this latitude. And I look with a positive attitude on every second that I'm here. During the last 2 weeks, my partner, Charles, who is from the Oto Missouri tribe of Oklahoma, he developed a 104-degree temperature, and he turned septic with a very serious infection. And during these last 2 weeks, I didn't know whether he would be alive or not. He also developed a very serious cancer of the blood. And we just got him out of the hospital just a few days ago. And I have been living on very little sleep, very little food, and on adrenaline and shock and tears and overwhelm. And I'm here tonight with you through the grace of the Creator, Usen, to share many of these things with you. I don't know how many days we have ahead of us, but I do know that we're going to make them good ones. I'm always used to Charles taking care of me for the last 31 years. We take care of each other. We have a lot of love to share between the two of us. Between he and I, we have more than 150 years of experience on this earth. We usually take young people into our home about once a month. And they're young people in their 20s and their early 30s. And mainly we just listen to them, like auntie and uncle. And we listen to their problems. We just play back what they say to us. And most of all, we give them love. And this is the way we support them in our community, in our Native community. And it's always been a good thing up until COVID. We always did this. But now during COVID, it is in time to enjoy the silence and to enjoy being grateful, which we are. I'm grateful that I'm alive now. I look forward to going to my ancestors. I know they're waiting for me, but not just yet. And I look forward to loving each and every person that I come in contact with. And I have learned so much about being gentle and kind and patient, and about being and praising other individuals, about what real love is all about. I've learned about taking care of myself and others, and I've learned about how it is to be patient more than anything else. So I want to thank you for this gift of time, because I know that not everybody gets it. To take a part of this precious show to share with you what my experiences are and what I think and what I do with my life. And I know that in time that we share our medicine together, and that we'll all come together in the spirit world, because that's ultimate where we're going. We won't take this body, we won't take this clothes, we won't take any of our possessions, but we'll all meet with our Creator, with one another, with our ancestors. And one last thing that I want to say is that love is the most important thing that we can share with each other. Because even if we're sick, love is the most important medicine. And that's what Mr. Charles and I have going between us, is lots and lots of love. And I think that's what keeps me going every single moment of every single day. And I know that's why he got and made it out of the hospital just this last week. And he's thrilled to be home, and I'm thrilled to be with him.
I'd like to ask everyone to just
Oh,
send.
one more thing. Please say your prayers for Mr. Charles. That's all I ask. Please pray to the Creator for Mr. Charles.
Well, you and I are thinking alike, only what I was going to ask everyone to do right now is to pray for both you and Mr. Charles. And the prayer we like to use in Saturday Night Live is maximum grace for Sachin and Mr. Charles.
Thank you so much.
Maximum grace. We do it 3 times. Maximum grace for Sachin and Charles. Maximum grace for Sachin and Charles. Maximum grace for Sachin and Charles.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
bottom of our hearts.
people can learn more about her on Facebook. Go to Facebook and it's Sacheen, Sacheen, Break the Silence. Sacheen, Break the Silence is how you can learn more about what she's doing and follow her story. And you can also learn about the movie that she talked about, Breaking the Silence. The official trailer is there. Sacheen, you have delivered a transcendental moment for us. I know that half of us are in tears. I'm having to pull it back so that I can talk for a minute. But I'm going to turn it over to Jan and to Joanne. And thank you very much.
I just want to say, Sacheen, I just love you.
Oh.
I just love you so much.
I love you right back.
I know you do, and you're a beautiful woman, and I'm so proud of you for all you've stood for and what you do. Really, thank you for joining us. So beautiful. You are amazing.
One thing that Sacheen didn't mention is that she worked with Mother Teresa. So I can only imagine that that was a powerful transmission of unconditional love. And tonight she's given us an amazing transmission of unconditional love. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're so gorgeous. You're so beautiful and precious.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. This is amazing. And Joanne, if you can pull yourself together, I wanted to have you introduce our next musician. And
Faye, who is like amazing. She's a beautiful singer. She's, she's featured on Rumble. I didn't realize all her accolades. I had no idea that she was so talented and amazing. I mean, I know that, she could sing, and she just sings from the heart, and she's like a beautiful spirit. And so tonight I'm so divinely gifted to say that she was born in New York. She's a singer, composer, teacher, poet, dancer, actress, and member of the Tuscarora tribe. Pure Faye. She studied with the ballet theater, and it just goes on and on. She's just phenomenal. So, she's on Robbie Robertson's album, and I just love her to pieces. You're just like a beautiful icon and just a wonderful lady, and I'm so honored to know you. Really. Thank you for joining us.
I was muted. Thank you, Joanne. Thanks for bringing me here. And thank you it's nice being here with everyone. It was really quite moving.
You're a precious soul. You're just like, wow, hello. You're just amazing. I mean, seriously, I've always loved hearing your voice, and I'm happy you're here with us tonight.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to take a long time. I'm just going to, because there's quite a few more of us, but I'm just going to sing a song called Woman Sacred, and the second part of it is called Sacred Seed. And the sacred seed part of the song comes from our cosmology, our sky woman falling. So here we go. Can you hear that?
Yes, we can.
Okay. young woman, delicate baby girl. She's the grandma, she's the mother of us all. Sister, cousin, auntie, loving wife and friend. She's the first teacher and back to the earth's womb again. She is the sacred door, life and death pass through. Nothing is born without female cycle, star, sun, and moon. Beyond all worlds from the great mystery, she carries forth and brings it in you and me. She deserves all the love and respect. Nothing comes close to her worth. She's our mother, she's our earth. We gotta lift up high, honor, and protect. She gave life to everything. She's our whole universe. Ah. A woman sacred. Cannot cut down, change, stop, or beat what creation intended her to be. Sacred earth, sacred woman, sacred tree. Well, she's beautiful, made to give life and choice to be free. Free from war, free from hate, free from men's possession, greed, exploit, and rape. When there's enough of her to feed and free the world, we gotta take care and teach all the baby boys and girls. She deserves all the love and respect. Nothing comes close to her worth. She's our mother, she's our earth. We gotta lift up high, honor, and protect. She gave life to everything. She's our whole universe. Oh! A woman sacred. Here comes the second part. Sacred seed, DNA, the memory of all time. Mother's twin sons, recorded code, creates all the circles of life. Falling seed, plant and conceive, the up and down worlds collide. Over and over come the sacred birth, the blood earth sacrifice. Spinning orbit as Scotty, magnetosphere, dancing flies. Expands Turtle Island, Pangea, stands skyward, the tree of light. Well, star, sun, and moon coincide, controls ocean tides together. Thunder, rain, fire, and hurricane, four winds and begin forever. Within each seed is a universe, within a universe. You and me and everything that breathes is connected to the sacred seed. Oh! Hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. That was a little hard. I'm still, thank you. Still healing my throat from my nodules, so it's kind of hard to sing. But anyway,
I think we all loved it. It's beautiful. I want to show people, she's going to come back. We're going to hear more from her. In fact, we're going to close our show out tonight with Purafe. And her website is her name, Purafe, purafe.com. So definitely want to encourage people to go there and learn more about her and get on her mailing list and get some of her music. That's purafe.com. And thank you so much. And I actually stick around because I'm putting several of you on camera at the same time, because the idea is there's going to be a little roundtable discussion right now. So I am going to add Jan. Now let's do this. Got to start all over. We're going to remove all spotlights. And we're going to spotlight Jan, who's going to tell us a little bit about this little gathering of conversation that's going to happen.
I'm so excited because I love music. I don't know about you, but music is medicine. And we have three beautiful, is Bear there somewhere? Love to see her.
Camera's not on, but she's supposed to be joining us. So
yeah, I texted her and such, but you know, and Joanne gives, you know, lectures at universities about medicine, music is medicine. But when I asked Joanne about, you know, who she wanted to have on the show with us and to sing, and so she invited Purafe, she invited Bear, and she thought, what a great idea to have the three of us, or maybe the two of us now, maybe Bear will jump in here, but just talk about how important music is, not only as, you know, as medicine, as a gift that is truly given, but sharing it and using it, you know, in your community, and using it to inspire people, and I'd love to just have them. I want to get out of the way and have them talk about how important music is in their traditions, their different traditions, and together. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to you beautiful ladies, Purafe and Teresa, to Bear, to come on the show tonight, because we know the beauty of music is just the one amazing blessing that just fulfills us, right? That's who we are. Somebody said you can't do music. I'm sorry, but no way. I mean, I can't go there. But I just am like thrilled that you're both on the show tonight, and I love you both. And whatever you want to share, I'm happy to like talk about it. You know, I just am. It's a gift, a serious gift. And you know, when we're young, in the Haudenosaunee way, we are given gifts, and they say that if you don't utilize those gifts, then you're kind of blocked in a sense, you know. So I'm really happy that you're here, and I want to hear your as well. So I mean, it's not about any one person, or it's not about ego, because we all know the stories of that. It's about how we embellish our soul in our life to the next world, to the next generations, to our children, to our babies, all our grandbabies, all the lovely, the way it makes us feel, right? It's so beautiful.
I'd like to say something. Because now I'm living very far away from my home in North Carolina. I live way up north in Saskatchewan, and I live amongst Cree, Métis, and Dene people. and I'm raising a bunch of little children. And with my husband, this is his family. But recently I've been asked to come into the schools and teach singing and bringing a drum. And it's very different here than where I come from, where we come from. And, one principal came and talked to me, and it's a woman, and she said that a lot of the young women there are having a hard time. They want to sing and they want to play drum. And a lot of the elders or some of the different people there, the men, are telling them that they cannot. And there are some things that need to change, and there are some things that need to be reminded of where drums come from and so forth. But just more important than anything, it's that it's part of our spirit and our breath. And it's like breathing, it's like praying, and we need to have that connection. And the youth really need to be able to sit together around a drum. So my husband helped me make a drum. It's a big drum. It's not like a powwow drum. I really wanted it because I wanted to have a drum for canoe songs and some women's songs and so forth. And for the girls here that I'm raising, so they can sit together, all the kids sit around the drum and play. Anyway, he helped me make it. It's a beautiful drum, and it's all 13 moons and it's a grandma drum for sure. And so he brought it he got me to work there at the school. So we brought it in, and we taught like 5 different children's classes, and it was so beautiful, and they all connected immediately. And it's a teaching tool as well, because of the way we made it, all the stories are in it and everything. So basically all I'm trying to say is that it is very important that we provide song for youth and for the girls as well as the boys. And I can understand when they hit that puberty age where it's okay, they would separate and so forth and have their own drums, whatever the rules are. And but everyone should sing. Everyone should sing.
Yeah. I understand that too, because our women's group too, we have a drum and we were told we weren't supposed to sing. But it felt so good, like it doesn't feel wrong at all. Like it all lifted our spirits and it connects us all. So it just felt so good. And it was like medicine for us. It raised our spirits, our spirit fire. So yeah, I that has to change too. I think that the women should be encouraged to use the drum and teach, because it's such a good teaching too, for the medicine for the kids, And the sounds that I make too are like helping to keep our language, because I put a lot of language into the sounds when I go to schools to teach. That's what I like to teach, those sounds, because it's a way of hanging on to our language that we're losing. And it's a way of keeping our, like how you have the stories and the sounds too, the stories and the words and our language. It's so important, our culture. Good messages. So a lot of good medicine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd love to ask a question, which is for each of you, if you could share a story of overcoming obstacles, overcoming prejudice. Because I think that that's an important and inspirational, and I'm just throwing this at you. We had to discuss this in advance, but clearly you both have achieved some significant success, and clearly you've had to overcome a lot of prejudice and obstacles. So I'm just wondering if either of you would like to share a story about that.
Go ahead, Bear.
Obstacles, like I was very shy growing up. Like we lived on this long road coming in, like I was, a stranger would come in our house and I would hide behind my mother and wonder who that was, like until they start talking to them and stuff, that I felt safe to come out behind my mother and then be able to, okay, we're in a safe place, you know, like if a stranger comes in our house and like just so shy. And no one could understand that. When I went to high school and stuff, they're like, you were so shy in school. I can't believe you're able to sing in front of a lot of people now. And I'm like, it makes me smile because I'm able to sing because what I do is I close my eyes and it helps me to not think about that. All I do is I go into that, the song, the story of the song, the message of the song, and I'm able to just stay in that zone. So in that way, the music is helping me overcome that shyness. It's not really like anything about racism or anything like that, but it's helping me to overcome that barrier of being so shy that I can't share my spirit, because it's really important for me to share this gift. Because sometimes when a song comes to me, it's like, come on, you gotta write me, you gotta write this song, you gotta write me down, and you gotta share this with the people. It's like a gift that's coming to me that I have to share. You know, it's not something I can hide. It's something I'm supposed to share with everyone. So yeah, I hope that's
That's perfect.
it's hard for me.
Yeah. And we can, to overcome the shyness and to be able to express so beautifully. That is a perfect example. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Pure Faye, anything you'd like to add?
Mine probably is too dark, but Teresa. Well, I mean, I grew up in a house of two very extremes. My mother, who was absolutely a beautiful person, who loved me, and all of her family, my mom's side. But then I had my stepfather, who was he was a monster, and behind doors, he did horrible things to me, like for years and years. So it's taken me all of my life to get to a place where I feel normal, and probably my message with that is that we can all overcome anything. You really can. You can overcome anything. And it's really, not sure what words to use, but things that happen to you, you yourself, each person is holding that gift of life and truth and light and all of that. That's what we're made of. And anything that's thrown on you, that can't take that away, because you're still alive. You still have that. You're always that. And you just have to know that you can overcome. You just take that stuff off. It takes time sometimes, but it's just about believing in yourself and knowing the truth. And I think that's my message. And music is what really helped me. So, and being with lots of people and women, all my sisters that I sang with for years, and yeah, okay.
No, beautiful. Thank you both so much for sharing. We are going to move forward. We're going to hear from both of you a little bit more later on in the show. So thank you. So that video is put together by Jay and Jan, who put together all of our videos. And this is our Global Peace Tribe announcements sequence. And because we have so many videos, I'm actually not going to show the video for that right now, but I do want to, once again, I want to thank Janice Kaplan for the amazing job she's done putting this together. I think she's texting Joanne right now to find out if Joanne was abducted by aliens or what happened to her. I'm putting the spotlight on Jay. And again, Jay, thank you so much for all that you do. And of course, Jay is the founder of Light Touch, and Jan is his Light Touch partner. And Light Touch is, Jay and Jan are the sponsors of tonight's show. And let's learn a little bit more about Light Touch. And that really is learning about Light Touch, because all of those words, angels, avatars, ancestors, are precious to Jay. And Jay helps us to remember those things. We practice Light Touch every day. There's a group of us that gather in the morning, and then in the evening we send messages, and Jay has really initiated all that. So Jay, thank you so much for the generosity of your heart. And the incredible time and energy you put into creating the videos, and of course, for the green energy. Thank you very much, Jay. We love you. And we're very grateful to you. And continuing gratitude, the people who've been donating continue. So I think so many of us were touched by woman after woman after woman doing remarkable work. And of course, Sachin and her beautiful expression of love in the face of a potentially terminal illness was amazing. Anyway, more people that have donated. I want to acknowledge all of you. A lot of people are donating anonymously. So all of you, God bless you. Maximum grace for each of you. And thank you to Amy, Tony, anonymous, Noel, June, anonymous, Anne, Shauna, Dia, and Lanice, and anonymous. Thank you all so very, very much. I also want to thank our broadcast partners. And again, a lot of you are watching us right now on Facebook via Zoom. You're watching us on Facebook via Unify or via Sign Network. And you could still come on into the Zoom room. There's over 300 people here. And what's nice about being in the Zoom room is we can chat more easily with each other. You can chat with some of the speakers. And we really like reading what you have to say. Usually in the Facebook posts, we try to go back and read it, but we can't keep up with it during the show. But during the show, if you're in the Zoom room, in the chat box, we can connect with you more quickly and easily. So it's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com. Go to globalpeacetribe.com and register and come on into our Zoom room. And then tomorrow you'll get an email, on Monday, you'll get an email with the replay of this show and access to all the previous shows that Debra and I have created. So really want to encourage all of you to do that. And I want to thank our broadcast partners. Each and every one of these broadcast partners has helped us to reach thousands of people. Of course, Unify has been fantastic. They've been broadcasting every one of our shows since July. We want to thank John and Summer Raymer at the Sign Network. They helped get us out to about 100 Facebook groups and pages. Our good buddy Alan Steinfeld, he's going to be on our show next week, just saying a few words. And he's got the New Realities YouTube channel, Light Touch, the sponsor of tonight's show, and so many of our shows. I also want to thank New Earth One, Lauren, who's going to be on our show. Thank you so much for your support. My organization, Love Coach Academy, this all started as a Love Coach Academy show and has grown and evolved. And again, thanking our friends at Earth Dance, a special prayer for Sandra in Earth Dance, maximum grace for Sandra, also dealing with stage 4 cancer. I want to thank Humanities Team, Portal to Ascension, Disclosure Fest, Global Days of Unity, Earthwalk United, and our newest broadcast partner, the Enlightened World Network. Thank you, Ruth. We're going to meet Ruth again in a couple of weeks as well. So thank you to all of our broadcast partners. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, donors. And to share a little bit more on the Global Peace Tribe announcements, my partner, Debra.
Thank you, Scott. And what a beautiful show tonight. I knew this was going to be amazing. And it's really touching our hearts at such deep level and motivating us to support the women. Thank you so much for all your donations that we're going to be able to share with them. And reminding you again that next week is the beginning of our new season. So for 3 months, season 5, Time to Thrive, there will be a new Zoom link. We have a new Zoom link every 3 months. So you sign up and you can ping us some green love of donation. We really appreciate that. That really helps us produce this show every week and bring in collaborative partners and just do everything we do every week to make this show. So please share your green love generously when you sign up and register. And also spread the word. Please tell your friends about this show, because that's a lot how we get out there in the world, is just all of you. And I'm going to put the link in the chat box again for our promotional video that you can share on email or Facebook, and for the link to sign up to season 5. And always in our emails that you get, with the replay email that you get on Monday, you'll get the link to sign up for next week, and also in the emails after that. And want to tell you about our special first anniversary show. So Scott, would you like to share the poster and share what we're cooking up for that show?
Yeah, you know, it's our first year anniversary. So we are going to be bringing up clips from special moments. I don't want to say favorite, because frankly, every show is our favorite. After every show, Debra and I talk to each other. It's like, oh my God, that was our best show ever. So every show is special. But we are going to show some clips of some really wonderful moments with people like Matt Kahn, Marianne Williamson, Reverend Michael, Gene Houston, Andrew Harvey, Carolyn Meese, Greg Braden, Lynn Twist, Deepak Chopra, and even Joanne Shenandoah, and many, many others. We are going to have live music. Nina Gray and Larissa Stowe and Jayu Tal are all going to be with us live playing music. And we're also going to show some of our favorite magical moments with Sean Jay, Paul Draper, and the fellow who actually introduced us to so many of our magicians, Jeff McBride. So please join us next week. Remember, you do need to register because it's a new link for the season 5. But please join us. It's going to be a great show and a great way to kick off, kind of celebrate our first year and kick off, well, sort of the next season and maybe our second year.
And Scott, now I'd like to introduce a very special woman. She's actually part of our team, very good friend. She has co-produced the Conscious Life Expo for numerous years. And just like a lot of us that have made lemonade out of this incredible situation that we're facing, she is producing a very incredible virtual conference, Festival of Light. You'll see 100 luminaries, on 7 stages, musical artist, well-being tools, inspirational film. She's using all her years, multiple years of connecting with the top people in the personal growth and spiritual industry and bringing them to you in a virtual conference next week. So I'm going to post the link in the chat room, and I'm bringing on Diana Maxwell now to tell you more about it. Welcome, Diana.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me here. And this is such a deeply moving and empowering Saturday Night Live. And Joanne Shenandoah is going to be at the Festival of Light. I'm doing an interview with her, and also Grandmother Flor de Mayo. And we have, as Debra said, we actually have 130 luminaries now. So there's a very large number of incredible people that are joining us. We have 7 stages, we have uplifting music, we have well-being tools, inspirational films. Gaia is sponsoring the film stage, sacred ceremonies, and then master workshops. And so the whole April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is all being broadcast free for the entire weekend. And then the following week, we have post-festival events where for people to go more in depth with the speakers that they would like to. And we have Caroline Mace, and we have Jai Uttal. We have a lot of Saturday Night Alive's favorite people, actually. We have Jai Uttal, Elijah Ray, and then we have Donna DeLore, Brenda McMorrow, Kristen Hoffman, Sacred Earth, and Darpan is going to be joining us. And so we decided that, you know, we wanted to do something, we called it Festival of Light, because you know, it's time to focus on the light. There's been so much hard times and difficult times, and, you know, and if we think in terms of what's our intention and what is our purpose, and we really wanted to create a gathering of light, to create like a mandala of light, and we can't all be in the same place still that much anymore, or have large gatherings, but if we all come together with focus and intention and listen to just incredible heartfelt transmissions from so many visionaries and luminaries, and we really hope that you'll join. It's 3 days for free streaming, and then it is possible to also upgrade for $67 and continue to watch the program, because it's so rich. It would probably be hard to see the whole thing, but anyway, I hope that you will join us at festivaloflight.world. And also it's bilingual. We brought together the Spanish and the English cultures. We have a lot of Spanish speaking people and English speaking, and everything has subtitles. So you'll be able to really enrich yourself from a much broader audience than we usually have access to. So thank you. And Saturday Night Live is going to be also streaming from Festival of Light as well. So we hope you'll join us. And thank you for having me on, Debra and Scott.
Diana, you've done an amazing job. This is like the Smithsonian Institute of great speakers and musicians that you brought together. And I'm going to show a video that, you know, kind of tells us a little bit more about what Diana's put together.
Let your soul be embraced.
God, what a beautiful, beautiful video, Diana. And our dear friend Daniel Balone, he was just on the show doing the music there. And it was just.
He wrote the music for it. Yeah. And also he did a lot of the video. Me and him did the video. I got it started, but he's the one that really brought it all together and wrote the music especially for it with his wife, Anastasia Balone. So yeah, we're very blessed to have that.
Wonderful.
We just couldn't find anything out there. So he said, okay, I'm going to just write it. So he did.
That's beautiful. Wow. Well, definitely next weekend, let's all go to the Festival of Light. And you can still watch Saturday Night Live through Festival of Light. So definitely join us. And next week, what an amazing Easter weekend it's going to be. So I really am impressed with what you put together, Diana. That's really something. Good job.
Well, thank you. It's been just a total blessing. It's been an amazing experience. So I hope everybody will come and experience what's there. So.
And to give everybody a taste, one of the people that's going to be there next weekend is who we're going to next. Joanne Shenandoah is back. And Joanne, we're looking forward to. Thank you for coming through. I know you had some technology issues. You disappeared. It was like, oh my God, where'd Joanne go? But you're back. But you're also muted. We're not hearing you.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. I'm so excited to be part of this production because what we're putting out in the world is very important. Our words, the tonation of our voice, the words we use, the songs we sing, everything resonates. Isn't it beautiful that way? Because we know that when we say certain words and we say certain things, it just like permeates through the soul and also to the earth and all natural elements. I mean, I've been in places where I've sung in the Black Forest where birds come to sing with me. And the louder I sing, the louder they sing. And it's just like such a blessing. It's a really wonderful thing. So I guess I have a few minutes here to just say that I am very blessed to have walked the earth. And I was very ill in 2000. I worked on Obama's task force for children exposed to violence. And that really brought my immune system down because it was a very hard thing to deal with, to listen to testimony of many, many very difficult stories of people who were, abused, and it's just I was like, okay, how can I help? What can I do? And that's where we are right now, is how can we help? How can we lift each other up? How can we lift the spirit and make music as part of that? Because the songs actually help make the seeds grow, the medicines and the plants. And so anyhow, I'm just thrilled to be on this production, and I'm very honored to be here. So I just want to give thanks to all the natural elements of the earth, to all those who want to bring peace and healing to each other and the natural world, to all those who want to have beauty in the world for next generations, because they're depending on us. It's our responsibility. This is something that we are supposed to do. It's not all about us. It's about 7 generations and beyond. So for me, this is part of my life and who I am as a singer, songwriter, composer, also a teacher. I wear these gifts that have been given to me this bracelet from women of Afghanistan who were oppressed, and they came to America, and they wanted me to meet them first. And then these beads from Korea, the Tibetans, those who were oppressed as well. And when we think about these things and we focus on what is our life's responsibility, you know, my native name is Digalewakwa, which means she sings, but it also means she lifts spirit. So that's what I love to do. I love to try and lift the spirit, no matter where I go or what I do. It's not about me. It's not my days. It's bringing peace and harmony to people around the world, and that's so I'm very blessed to have this gift. Anyhow, I guess you wanted me maybe to sing a song right at this point. I'm not sure. Because I have this like 15-page document that I printed out, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. Anyway, so what do you think?
We have you down to do another song, or if you want, we do have the video you sent. Would you rather that we play the video, or would you rather play a live song?
I think the video might be really nice because it's a beautiful song. It's about the prophecy of we're responsible for each other. And
All right.
And yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful production. I'd love people to know about it.
Great. Here we go.
Ambe majada kibuabi dawa gini gume gonna again go by. Ambe majada kibuabi daba kini gume gonna again go by. Ambe majada kibuabi daba kini gume gonna again go by. Kini gume gonna again go by. Kini gume gonna again go by.
Oh, my Lord, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Joanne.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, and thank you again for putting this whole show together along with Jan. What an amazing group of friends and colleagues you've brought in and introduced us to. So thank you so much. And speaking of Jan, there she is to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you so much. Just, I adore Joanne. I adore you. And Susan Maston, she is known to many people by many titles. She's a former chairperson and vice chairperson of the Yurok tribe, a humble planning commission member, past chair board member of the Indian Law Resources Center, currently co-president of Women Empowering Women for Indigenous Women, and on and on. You may have recalled many years ago in the Klamath River, and this is her ancestral land in the Yurok village of Requa. She, at 26 years old, went to fight the federal government. I shouldn't say fight, but stand up for her ancestral land, and learned a lot about leadership. And so she's with us tonight to share some of that wisdom, and we really love having her here. So thank you. Welcome, Susan Maston.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you. It's amazing, and I thank Joanne for inviting me to be a part of this evening. She's one of those soul sisters who's just a beautiful soul that, you know, I met 20 years ago and seen again just recently at the Red Nation Film Festival, and loved her as much as the first moment. She's not one that you have to constantly groom to have that same love and feelings for 20 years later. But it's my honor to be here. I was 26 years old. I went home because it was my uncle's Supreme Court decision that reaffirmed our fishing rights on the Klamath River. The Klamath River is the second largest river in the state of California. It produces salmon for harvest from the Columbia River all the way to San Diego. So it impacts the harvest for those fishing seasons. So it's very political and hot and affects many lives. And so, you know, being 26, there were a lot of racial encounters, some within my own. Women tend to be very vicious and not very helpful in your journey. And I still find that to be true today, which is why I created Women Empowering Women for Indigenous Nations, because we need to be supportive. So when I came home, the bumper sticker of the day was Cannon Indian and a Save a Salmon. So clearly very racial undertones over the fishing. And the fishermen felt that that was their river and that they should be fishing, and that the Indians should not be fishing, and that they were over harvesting and taking too many fish. And they were looking to create legislation to end our rights. And so we had to actively engage in spreading the word. I was young. You know, the Creator gives us many gifts, and when He gives us gifts, we have responsibilities that we need to step up to the plate to contribute to the greater good of our world and communities. And my gift was the gift of gab, and my smile, and just my consensus building and getting people to come along with me. And so I fine-tuned those skills. That's our responsibility. By going to school and graduating from college, the first in my family to ever do so on my mother and my father's side. And I also went to the fishermen. I went up and down the river, and I talked to everyone that I could about the resource and what it meant to each of them. And I went and talked to tribal fishermen in Washington State to find out, you know, what they encountered on their journey to secure their rights. And so that was how I prepared myself so that I could be the best that I could be when I sat at the table to negotiate for our fishing allocation and to preserve our fishing and water rights for our people. And so that is, you know, a journey that I've been on. I think women are activists, whether we choose to be or not to be, simply because we care about our children and the next 7 generations. And in doing so, that brings us to take a stand for making a difference to improve lives for them. And so it's up to us to step forward to meet those challenges and not to be afraid of what we encounter in that process. but just to ensure that we are prepared so that it doesn't matter what we come against. And what I mean by that is to be prepared spiritually, to be prepared, mind, body, and spirit, because you have to be strong enough to be prepared for all of those things that come against you, because they will come against you. Even your family will come against you. And that is when it becomes the most difficult. And so being prayerful like our ancestors, and praying every day for the strength and courage and the words to be able to make a difference and to ensure that you're able to protect those things that are so important to our way of life, because I could not lose. That I could not afford to lose any of those battles. So I had to be the best that I could be. And so, that's a big burden for a 26-year-old. And that's what sustained me was prayers. And I truly believe that ancestral knowledge comes to us and was there, because there's no way that I knew all of the things that I was doing and saying. I didn't learn it in school. I didn't learn it from the people around me. It clearly came from the ancestors. And so I think we have to be open and keeping ourselves open to that thought that the universe does contain a lot. And if we open ourselves up to that and take it in, that will strengthen us in our mission. And I created Women Empowering Women for Indian Nations because because I step forward and I take advantage of doors when they open. I'll be the first to step forward. And if I'm not ready, my friends always make sure I do raise my hand or that I step forward. They're always volunteering me. So because of that, I've been placed in positions and been blessed to hold a lot of national hats and local hats, simply because I was willing to step forward. And so I just want to encourage people, it's never too late. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's still not too late to open new doors. And that's what's so beautiful about the women we have here. I met some of Pure Fay at the American Indian Film Festival when you performed there, because I was the MC at that festival. And so I got to hear you perform at that time. And, what a wonderful way to open doors, to be able to open minds and hearts through the gift that you have with the community at large. You have such a wonderful opportunity where, it has not been easy. It is a fight to have your voice heard. And especially when you have so much to overcome, with 1 out of every 3 women being sexually or mentally or physically abused, and that's Native women. To overcome that and be able to fulfill, your role with the gifts that the Creator gave you is a difficult path and is a lifelong journey. So that you were able to do that even at this late stage is a miracle and a blessing. And so for us as women to, be supportive and uplifting and encouraging to other women, because we all have struggles. You hear it in our women's voices tonight. Joanne, I hear it in your voice tonight that, we're struggling with things. And I know that when you hear from Janelle, you hear from her too. And they're just, you don't know what someone is going through in life. And so an encouraging word or a smile or a hug or a I love you goes a long ways in helping someone in a difficult time. And so I guess, my message, because this is a woman's show, is that, There is a lot wrong, and that's why we have COVID. And I heard that from you, though, that Mother Earth is telling us, wake up, because we are losing species daily. Climate change is, is everywhere. We see it every day with fires and with tornadoes and hurricanes and floods. She is screaming for us to pay attention. And if we don't come together, and I truly believe it's the women and our voices coming together that will make a difference, because we are the peacemakers. We are the consensus builders. We're the collaborators. We are used to wearing many hats, and can still focus on the detail. And so, I believe that it's us as women across the board that will come together and make this change that is necessary in the world to create balance again, and to bring that spirituality and that love of each other and caring of each other back into balance. And when we do that, and we pay attention to what we say and what we do, then change will happen, and this will be a better place for our children. So I don't know if you wanted me to say any more, but I am just blessed to have the women that are with us tonight in my life. I love them dearly, and I am excited for this new opportunity with meeting each of you and where that will take us in this wonderful journey as we move forward.
I am going to go to a couple of your websites, because I think people are going to want to learn a lot more about.
Oh, yes. And WeWin actually is to, we do a professional and personal trainings once a year, and it is to prepare women for leadership roles, or to just uplift them and support them if they're already in leadership roles, and to continue the professional trainings. But also something wonderful happens in that women come there, Indigenous women come there looking for something, and whatever it is, they find it when they're there. And they bring their grandmas and their aunties and their grandchildren and their nieces and their daughters with them. And there's just something magical that happens with women supporting each other. And I am just so, every year I'm blessed to see what creating this organization, has been able to impact so many women in my lifetime. It's truly a blessing.
And I want to just read to people the link that's on Facebook, and then go into the search bar on Facebook, and it's WeWin04. WeWin04. And I noticed a photograph there, which I just wanted to acknowledge and bring up for a moment. And that is your relationship with our new Secretary of the Interior.
We love her.
We were hoping to have her on the show, and I guess she's too busy moving to Washington.
Well, and I wish that I could have known, because I might have been able to help, but the secretary, we love her. That the other woman standing there is another founder for WeWin. She's my wonderful friend from Mille Lacs. She's the chief executive for the Mille Lacs tribe in Minnesota. We've been friends for 30 years, and Secretary Helen has been to WeWin several times, and we have always enjoyed her and tried to give her the support that she needs. And we're so excited about what it will mean to Indian country to have a Native woman sitting as a Secretary of Interior. We are blessed. We are blessed in this day and time, and this country is blessed to have her perspective at the table at this time.
Well, we're blessed to have you as well, Susan. And we would love your help, because we are going to do another Indigenous show on May 1st. So if there's any chance we could get her to join us, that would be great. We can even do a pre-record with her if needed. So
Okay.
Put out there. That's how we keep growing this show out. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, and to introduce our next speaker, here's Jen.
Thank you. Oh, thanks everybody for hanging in there. This has been an amazing show. And Jonelle Romero is a humanitarian, an actress, an award-winning director-producer, and a distributor of independent films. She's a voting member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and she's the founder and CEO of Red Nation Celebration Institute, now in its 25th year, which is dedicated to breaking barriers of racism by creating systemic change, through media and pop culture to eliminate Native American stereotypes. And so she has also the Red Nation Film Festival, which is an amazing gathering place for everybody. I know that Sasheen has been there and Susan Maston's on her board. I will let Jonelle speak for herself, but we're so happy to have you here with us tonight. And welcome, Jonelle.
First, I want to say thank you, Joanne, and thank you for everyone for being here and being present for these 4 hours that we've been experiencing awesomeness and beauty and grace and intelligence. And I'd like to say, introduce myself in my language. Donashe oyate wiyanko poin kanse. And what that means is I introduce myself in Apache and in Lakota. I'm a traditional sun dancer and a pipe carrier for almost all of my life. And so in this way, everything that we do at Red Nation Celebration Institute is from prayer, from ceremony, and from the sacred tree of life. And so I'd like to offer this one little note for all of you, because I'm on the territories of the Tongva Nation here in Los Angeles. And today was a gorgeous day. All the hawks were flying and I was praying about today. And I met this incredible Iranian woman, a grandmother who did a coffee read on me. I never had that happen. It was really beautiful. So I'd like to offer this since we're here on the Tongva Nation. Hey, 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 Angua. 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 Hey, Angua. Hey, Angua. That song is a welcoming song. So I welcome you all in to experience the rest of the show with us. And I want to share my experience, strength, and hope with you. And some of the beauty and the gorgeousness we've heard today from all of our women and the men that support us. The land and the water is what's sacred. Our land, our Mother Earth provides for us. And our sacred Maniwanka is our first medicine. We are in the womb of our mother. That is our first medicine. We're made up of water as human beings. And so with that responsibility, I encourage all of you that are listening, all the millions and millions of people that are listening and will continue to listen to this whole show for the years to come. I'm asking you to please put your hands in the earth, take your shoes off and put your feet on the earth and dig into the earth and feel her. And feel her and get in touch with that little person inside of you and remember where you come from. That's one of the greatest things my mom gave to me, was remember where you come from, and that anything is possible, and there's no such word as can't, and never to give up. So with that, those are my encouraging words to you. And, you know, I have had the honor to, and well, honor in the English word, I don't even know what word, but I've had the honor to be invited by the Dalai Lama to sing for him for his 80th birthday. It was an experience that I will never forget, because a lot of people are, you know, if he stands up, then you could go up and hug him, in other words. So he stood up, and I went over there and I hugged him. And I just want to share, because when you meditate and you get in touch with yourself inside, because all of this is really an inside job, right? Even all the work that we all do, all these incredible, gorgeous women, it's an inside job, because we have to gather all the strength and all the wisdom of our ancestors and all the love that surround us to move forward for our next generations. But when the Dalai Lama hugged me, it felt, my whole spine started going like this, and light came out of my spine. And it was like wings that I can fly. It was all white light. And so with that, I share with you in generosity, so that you know that you are light. And I'm asking that all of you shine your light way out there, so I can see you and I can feel you. And I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that that works. It does work, and it is real. Music has the power to bring us all together. Isn't that exciting? That's the most universal language. And so I was also, because of my ancestors and because of the way life is sometimes, brought me together with Leonard Cohen. And Leonard Cohen, in my 20s, we were together for several years, and he took me into the studio when I was in my early 20s. And I can't tell you enough that experience, but you'll read it in my book. My book will be out next year. So I just wanted to share that with you. Red Nation Celebration Institute is a women-led, indigenous-led, nonprofit enterprise, creating systemic change through the media, arts, and culture. We've been doing this, putting our image, our language, our voice in the forefront of the entertainment industry and in Indian country, America, for 25 years. We've been doing this a really long time. And there's been incredible, incredible stories and journeys along the way, and so many people that have helped us carry this vision to fruition, so that globally, we are visible. We've always been visible, and we're still here. And that's what's so powerful. And that's what's so powerful about this whole show today, is you're experiencing us now, right now, and we're still here.
Janelle, I've actually brought up, I'm going to show both of your websites. And if you take a look, you'll see that I've got right now your rednationcelebration.org. And again, everybody, that's rednationcele.org. And boy, it looks like, I mean, I love it. There is a lot of celebration going on, and a lot of amazing things that you're doing. Your film series, festivals, working with youth. My gosh, what a lot of amazing things you're doing. There's Joanne Shenandoah. And I'm also, I want to go to your other website briefly. Tell us about your film festival.
Well, we have 2 film festivals, and we're going to be doing a third one. And Suzanne is co-chair of our of our board of directors. So, but our film festival, we've been working with filmmakers and artists for 25 years. And we have our film festival every year in Beverly Hills to keep us right across the street from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, to keep our image right there. And it takes place in November, the month of November. And our institute founded the American Indian Heritage Month in the city of LA. And so that's why we have it in November, in celebration of that. And then our Native Women in Film and Television broke off into its own festival. And that will be happening this year, April 19th through the 24th. And we have in 2018 with Deb Holland did a call for action called Why We Wear Red. It's hashtag Why We Wear Red. And it's to bring national, global attention to our missing and Indigenous women, but also the link and the tie-in to why you don't see us, Native women, on episodic television. It was 16 years until last year that finally they started including a couple of us on episodic television. They had completely written us out of the narrative. So if we're not seen and heard, if we're not on media and we're not in the news and we're not represented, then, you know, these people could do whatever they want. And so we did this call to action when the Harvey Weinstein story broke. And it is a crisis in Indian country America, our missing and Indigenous women, and the lack of media attention on our Native women artists. I mean, look, here's Purify. Oh my God, and Joanne and Teresa. You know, where's our music being heard on mainstream radio? I mean, people, this is why we do what we do here in LA. This is the front lines. This is what we're doing. I mean, a lot of our relatives, God bless them, are, you know, on line 3 and I'm with them. But we're here in LA in the front lines, making sure that our Native women are seen and heard, and our filmmakers, films like even with Mama Bear, Without a Whisper, won at our film festival. And it was very exciting, and it'll be screening at our Native Women in Film Festival in April. It's very exciting, you know, the work that everybody's doing.
It is, and I love your passion. You know, I noticed you were always the first person I'd go to on the music, because you're clearly a very passionate woman, and the support that you've got for all of your sisters here. God bless you and the wonderful work you're doing. And definitely when your book is ready to come out, let us know so we can have you on the show again, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janelle.
Love rules.
Absolutely.
Love rules. Thank you, John.
All right. And, you know, it's always, I mean, each person here could speak for 2 hours, and every one of you have so much to share. So I just feel kind of bad when we're a few minutes over time and I need to come in and move us forward, but that's part of my job. And thank you again, everybody, for just your generosity of spirit and all that you're doing. I'm not Debra. I'm going to take over Global Peace Tribe Recommends tonight and give Debra a little bit of a break. She starts early in the morning. You know, one of the things that's wonderful about our show is introducing, every week we get to introduce people that we believe in, like all the women you've met tonight, musicians and magicians and artists that we believe in. And we also like to put the spotlight on upcoming events, like we wanted to do a big promotion, which we already did, for the Festival of Light. There's something really fun that's going to happen next Thursday, April 1st. And that is one of our favorite comedians, Swami Beyondananda, is doing a special cosmic comic event for April Fool's Day. Of course, what perfect day to do that, right? And we are hosting and sponsoring. It's exclusively for Saturday Night Alive fans and friends and tribe. So it's only $15, and Swami's going to do about an hour of stand-up comedy, and then his alter ego, Steve Bierman, is going to answer questions. All the things you've always wanted to ask Steve or Swami, but maybe we're afraid to or didn't get the opportunity to. So please do join us. I'm going to put in the chat box right now the link, and it's only $15. So definitely join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I also want to invite everybody to tomorrow. You know, I have a show that I do. I do a show every Friday night called Straight Talk, and I do a show every Sunday morning called Sacred Sundays with Scott and Friends. And this is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And we're going to be discovering the power of metaforms and, I should add, sacred geometry. Gregory and Gail Hogue are experts in understanding sacred geometry. They've been doing this for a very long time, and they've created jewelry and pendants that really make a difference. And so it's we had them on the show, and people just asked a lot of questions. And again, it was one of those things where there just wasn't enough time for them to explain everything. So please join us at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm putting right now into the Zoom room, and I'll try to get the Facebook pages in a little bit, but I'm putting in right now the Zoom room chat box, how you can join us. You can watch live on Facebook by going to Love Coach Academy live, or you can come into the Zoom room and actually ask questions. And we really love it when people come on in. Last week we had Ellie Lax from when we had our animal show. She has that amazing organization called Gentle Barn. Jan found her for us. And just, oh my God, I cried 3 different times during her hour-long presentation last week. Her stories about rescuing animals was so impactful. And then a lot of the people that came into the Zoom room were able to ask questions. So please do join us tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. It's always a very powerful and dynamic show, and it's even more dynamic when you guys show up. So thank you very, very much. And we're kind of in the home stretch. We're going to wrap it up by thanking all these women. I think what I'm going to do is Pure Faye is going to play a live song, and then we're going to conclude with a beautiful video from Pure Faye. But I'm going to go to gallery view. I'm going to remove the spotlight off myself and go to gallery view, where we can all see these amazing women one more time. And the priest, who's the priest? That's our good friend Jerry Anderson from Puerto Rico, the Mystic Monastery. He's the abbot, the wild abbot, I might add, of the Mystic Monastery. And he's going to be co-sponsoring a couple of our shows, and he's become a very dear friend. So thank you, Jerry and Jay, for providing a little bit of brotherhood support. But of course, really want to acknowledge these amazing women. And I'm going to, again, put the spotlight on each of you, Joanne, Shenandoah. And
I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to introduce these women to you and to this platform, because they are wonderful people. And I'm so grateful to have been included. And thank you very much. There will be more.
Absolutely. We look forward to, and again, because of Jay and Jan's dedication, we are doing an Indigenous show, usually once every 2 months. And so, and we met Joanna, one of the ones, and now she helps us. And so it's beautiful how it grows out. And so thank you so much. I'm going to put the spotlight briefly on everyone else. There is Sachin Littlefeather, who you broke our hearts wide open. You really did. As Rumi
I
teaches.
love you all. I really love you. You're just so beautiful. Every one of you who are on the show. I just want to say I'm so grateful that you spent time with us. I just admire you. I appreciate you. And I think you're all just amazing. And we will continue to inspire each other and be who we're supposed to be.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
You know what I forgot to mention is that we honored Sachin's film too, and she also got the Brando Award, and we're the only festival in the world that has the Marlon Brando Award. And it was very interesting because Sachin turned, it was her birthday, and it was 1973 when that happened, and then she turned 73 the night I didn't know that. So it was a very auspicious moment and a huge blessing. Everyone was crying, and so it came full circle for the healing with our film industry, with our Brando Award, in being able to honor Sachin in 2019 with the Marlon Brando Award, endorsed by his family.
Thanks for sharing that, Chanel.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing to Janelle?
Absolutely. I'm going to put the full spotlight on you.
Well, I was really honored that night. And I want to say that I'm much more known for refusing awards than I am accepting them.
That's a good point.
Right. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I love you.
I love you.
Beautiful.
I love you. I love you, Sue. I love you, Joanne. It was such a pleasure. And for the two of you, Janice and Scott, and for her name is, I can't remember her name, the beautiful singer.
Pure Faye?
Yeah, it's the chemo brain I have right now. Pure Faye.
Yeah.
God, she's just so wonderful.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yes. Every woman on this show, I'm so grateful for you to be here tonight. And I thank you for accepting the invitation. And I'm honored that you're in my life. I have to say that you've
love you.
Inspired me.
Well, we are going to hear, we're going to close out with Pure Faye, but I'm going to put the spotlight on Jan, so you can have a chance to say any final words. Jan, anything you want to say before we go to Pure Faye?
Wow. It's been an amazing experience. And I just have to say, this last month working with Joanne, I've learned so much. And I love all the work and all the medicine that all these ladies bring. And they brought this beautiful, I'm reading in the chat room, this gentle, soft, there's other words that people are using, but it felt like a really safe space here. And I think that is one of the things that women, not only can we lift each other up, but we can really create, that safe space to really feel comfortable and to be able to speak truth. So I thank everybody here tonight for that. And I feel really honored. And because Pure Faye is coming up next, I also wanted to make sure that everybody, if you can get Amazon Prime, and you can see her in the movie Rumble, The Indians That Rock the World. She's in that movie. And she has the ability to really bring the beauty of Native music into the mainstream. And she just got up from her chair. I was introducing her to sing. I'm like,
come back, Pure Faye, come back.
Did I take the time to say a word? Joanne was talking about her singing and the birds coming around her while she was singing. When the federal agents were there in their full riot gears with their M16s to enforce the ban on our fishing during the fishing wars, my grandmother went out and my mom in a boat, and she stood up and she sang her medicine song, and all the birds came swarming around while she was praying with her arms up. And the feds said, let's get the hell out of here. So, great. So it reminded me when you were talking about the birds coming.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that story, Susan. Thank you. Well, Pure Faye, we are so grateful that you have stayed with us to play one more song to close out our show, close out a very, very beautiful, special show.
That light is so bright, it's so bizarre. Thank you. I was going to sing a pigeon dance song, but I chose, I'm doing something different. I'm going to do a canoe song because it's more uplifting. That's not too...
I think you're good. I think you're good.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Way, way. I'm going to loop it. Way, way, where we go, where we go, where high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Hey, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Hey, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Way, 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 oh, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where we go, high. Way, way, oh, where we go, high. Way, way, oh, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Hey, where we go, high. Way, way, where we go, where
All right.
Oh, that was really fantastic.
So beautiful.
Really fun. Well, actually, we are going to do one more thing. That's the last of our kind of live
Oh,
presentation.
it's amazing.
But I do want to honor Jay Mayer one last time. And let's see, where do we go? This is one of the videos that Jay and Jan put together and is a wonderful way for us to kind of celebrate. It's the Blessing Carousel. So here we go with the Blessing Carousel. So one more time, thank you so much, Jay Mayer. Thank you so much, Jan Kaplan. Thank you, everybody, for being on the show. And thank you for everybody who donated. We did get a few more donations, a lot of anonymouses. Pamela, Veronica, Bobby, Iona, and Diane, thank you all for your donations to all the organizations and women you've seen tonight. Hope to see you all on Sacred Sunday tomorrow morning. Of course, Thursday night for Swami, Friday night for Straight Talk, and Saturday night for next Saturday night, our special anniversary show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for donating. Thank you for being who you are. Each and every one of you, if you hear my voice, you are a precious member of the Global Peace Tribe. God bless us all.